They get me in trouble. Not me. Jenna's gonna yell at me. Y'all think it's easy. Can't easy with the Jenna stuff.
Listen, you've been slacking with your drink. So.
Oh my!
You're not trying, right. You're not trying, are you? You trying? There you go.
Who show you used to DJ for, Queen?
S1.
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 What's it? Lover R&B. True indeed. True indeed. I was trying to figure it out.
All right, we ready when you are, man.
I'm ready. She look good behind the turn.
You bring her in?
Sure.
You bring her in?
You can bring her in. Go ahead.
Okay. You behave yourself. I can already see it. It's gonna be fresh. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna try to do that thing. I'm gonna bring you in. It's gonna be a shit show.
I just thought she was a hot, sexy woman.
She is. And we're gonna get into a travel situation. I stalk you. Also, I'm a stalker. Are we on? Are we live?
5.
Give a shit.
Always. 5. Yeah. Whatever you just did causes this. What's
Lordy.
After 5 is 4.
I'm done. 3.5.
Nah, I'm just making sure. Second, because the sign this one off. Okay.
We got 3 beers, kids. Woo!
Why you telling them chill? I met him too.
What?
42. All right. 5, 4. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to our show, Big Rock Live, where there is no capping. It's your boy Script Star and the beautiful Jenna. Jenna, would you like to introduce our guest?
DJ Queen of Spades!
Yeah!
Her toes are cute too. I was just checking them out. Cute. Look
Oh no, I think
yeah, cute toes.
as soon as they open back.
Hello.
See, she gotta stop.
It was a rough situation.
That foot cam is important. We're gonna, Wendy was on to something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure of your corns and things like that, she'd be like, well, let's nix it. Let's put socks.
Before they opened, I had got a pedicure before that, but we
She
had
got
to,
no toes.
We had to roll under the gate.
She has no nuggets on her feet.
Oh, they're
Oh
gorgeous. They're
no.
gorgeous.
Those are straight fries, baby. No nuggets. Ah, straight fries, no nuggets. Yeah.
Well, that started off an interesting foot. I don't know what I was expecting.
They deserve some sweet salt.
We'll just run through a couple of quick questions before you guys just, hi, hey. Yeah, good. All right.
I had many offers to suck my toes.
You do?
Yes! You know what you can do? You can make some money.
I do.
You can make,
I really do. No. I don't get. No.
Oh.
I get a lot of offers.
Oh.
I haven't taken
Okay.
any yet.
I mean, under COVID circumstances,
I might have to.
I'm gonna put my mask on.
$50 for the big toe. I don't know.
Take care of the business there, buddy. Well, you're lucky because some people have to wear it.
If you find out somebody paid $50 to suck a big toe.
They pay for worn panties.
Listen.
That's what she said.
Foot fetishes.
Yes.
Very big.
Yes.
Very big.
It is. What's your fetish?
And we begin.
What's your fetish? Don't be scared.
I don't have one, but recently,
Yes.
if we're gonna be really candid,
Absolutely.
Yes.
I can't
No cap show. No cap show. Let's go.
I actually wanted to try bondage. I can't lie.
Like,
Okay.
You want somebody to tie you up, or you want to tie somebody up?
Both.
Okay. I have a question for you. Now I have anxiety.
Sure. I got ropes, chains.
How would you handle not being able to get out? Because I have anxiety about not being able. So now it's cutesy until you can't breathe and shit. So how are you?
See, I don't know if I would go with the whole ball in the gag thing.
I'm not doing that. I like to be choked.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Because
Different.
I think I might have to work up to that.
Got it.
Tie first,
Can you
the
take
whole
pain?
shebang.
Do you like pain?
To a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
To a certain degree.
I'm learning a lot about
Yeah.
women.
Yeah.
Y'all are more dangerous than us.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Hell yeah. I found out that all this time we thought we spit in the game and shit. You got the pussy. You thought you was the man.
Oh, no,
But that's not it. The female, she already knows she's gonna fuck you or not. So if you fucked her, is because she wanted you to.
Hello.
It's not what you said.
She chose you.
And then I found out all this banging that you doing, and she going, oh, nigga, please, they're dropping 10-pound babies. You ain't doing shit.
Nothing. And that's true.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Take your time
Yeah.
and look for the bottom.
That's right.
Once you find the bottom,
That's it.
it's a wrap.
There's certain stuff.
But take your time.
That's all you have to
Let
learn.
you know.
It's only 2 or 3 spots.
That's all.
You know what? I learned also today that this is why motherfuckers go crazy on pussy these days. And they have no control over the female. Because she got everything. The car, the house, everything, credit,
Jobs.
everything. He's fucked up.
Time out. Let's do this again. Start again.
What do you mean start again?
Start again.
You say fuck out of here?
Yeah.
I said fuck out of here. You say fuck out of here?
Sorry.
That'll go for everything. I'm just saying.
We have that on camera. My guy has it.
Yo.
I said fuck out of here.
Okay.
Beautiful. We gotta talk.
So I don't have to talk about my
Beat
friend.
it up.
You
No,
know,
I bitch again.
Queen Spades is in the building, and
Spades.
you know it's kind of interesting. We missed a little bit of conversation, which is fine. That normally happens behind the scenes before the cameras are on. That's okay. We're talking about fetishes, and we're gonna get right back into that. You don't get a say. You don't get a say. We're gonna bring it back.
There's no safe word.
No, and the whole thing started off with complimenting feet, and again, I stalk your page lightly, and you're on vacation all the time, you're in a sarong, and your toes are cute. So now, we start off with the toe thing, we realize that there's a market for this type of stuff with respect to people will pay to suck your toes, and in a COVID type situation, it's a necessity. They also pay for like worn panties and shit. I'm considering it, and I know you've gotten offers, and we're keeping ourselves.
Did you get offers? Did you ever get an offer?
I mean, listen, that people have asked me to do interesting things with their feet, and after I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, depending upon how much I like you, I may accommodate you, but that's not my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not my
They
thing.
offered the bride pumper.
I mean, you know, we lose favor for favor. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is not.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Yes.
What's the weirdest thing a guy ever asked you to do, or what's the weirdest thing he did that surprised you, like, that totally turned you off?
That turned me off.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I got it. I got it. I had a guy who was like really into kissing, but he couldn't control his like saliva.
Oh.
So one time he was like on top, and this is there was no sex, thank God. I can't even imagine how horrible this would have been. It was just a turn off from the beginning. So he's on top, and it just was like it was like this to his saliva, and I felt like I was drowning, and I was just like, please get me out of it. I could not get out quick enough.
We're gonna stop that. I feel like throwing up right now.
It was horrible.
So, let me ask you a question. My homegirl said, she called me on the phone and said she was messing with her guy, they getting freaky, she went down, she was giving him a blowjob, and he threw his legs back.
Oh.
What?
Because he wanted his booty.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't know
We're
what
not
the
doing that.
She called me, she said, do guys do that? I said,
No.
I'll throw my legs back. Come throw my legs back for. She's like, no, I was getting
A
mad.
lot of guys.
And he threw his legs back. So I assumed that he
I've
wanted
never
her
had that
to
experience.
lick his ass.
Never.
You've never eaten booty, Jenna?
I've never eaten booty, and I'll tell you why. Because I have to come up and kiss you, so you're eating your own shit. I just have a question, right?
It's
And
food. It's food. It's food that's crushed up.
on
That's
the
all.
back end, and I'm just not gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 2 cents. I will get all of the ball sack and in between. That's cool. But once we get under the ball sack, I'm not
I
doing
think
that.
under the ball may be a little more nastier than the booty hole.
What do you mean? Are you kidding? Between
That's
the
sweat
ball?
and the
Take a shower first.
Exactly. So the booty hole's good.
Oh. Oh.
You turned out a couple of motherfuckers, didn't you?
Are you kidding? Absolutely.
I'm looking at her, she's like, take a shower, booty holes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I don't know how we got here, but I'm
Alright,
happy
so
we're here.
I'm just saying.
That has become a new fetish.
Okay, she
I
turned
can-
her
You know.
So let me ask you a question. When you're doing that to a man, does it turn
Wait,
you
bondage.
on?
Bring that back. 'Cause they didn't hear it. It was bondage. That was a new thing. Give or take. Fine. Bondage. Continue.
Oh, so we're
They
going
didn't
back
hear
to
that.
that.
No, no,
This is a whole new
Yeah.
stuff.
No, that's what he's asking.
No, I'm
That's
just
what he's
asking you, like, does that turn you on?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I mean,
And trust
for a
me,
man,
it turns them on too.
Correct.
what? Wait, I want to know what you
I can't breathe.
Being
I
tied
can't
up?
breathe. And I'm not even saying
Being
that.
tied up or getting your ass licked?
I don't want that.
Oh, both.
I don't get
Yeah.
Alright, so let me ask you a question. I'm trying to ask you.
Good question. Ask the question.
Hey, so look.
I'm gonna regret this whole thing.
No, you're not. You'll catch it. So I'm telling you, you're saying that it turns you on when you got a man bent over.
No.
Or his legs up in the air.
No,
I don't give a fuck.
I don't think
if he on all
bent
fours or his
over
legs in the
ever
air.
turned me on.
That's the same position you still put a woman in.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking you a question. It turns you on.
Yes.
What turns you on? The act itself or his noise and the way he acts when he
Yes. The reaction. Because trust me, any guy who says they do not like it just hasn't experienced it.
Got it. I've heard that. I've heard that before. I've heard that on both ends. I've heard this.
For real?
Yeah.
I've heard this, and it's my
You know,
Doesn't
you
mean-
know that that's the man's G spot.
Okay, back
right?
up.
In their-
Doesn't mean
which is weird because
That-
that's
it is
it's like
weird.
the exit.
as women, okay? And I'm talking to all women in the room, as women in the room. If a man does this, yes,
I don't want
even the woman with the camera.
She's like,
No,
Is he,
Don't
does he have homosexual tendencies?
absolutely.
I don't think so.
Absolutely. That's some
Huh?
boxy shit. You want somebody to play with your asshole as a man. That's some boxy shit. And if you enjoy it, you find pleasure, you're excited, you're aroused.
So what does
Keep me
it
behind the
say
camera.
about a woman who likes her ass eaten out too?
But
That
can I
you enjoy
just say this
pleasure.
though?
Fine.
But no,
No,
this
she's
is-
a
That's what
woman.
she wanna do,
She's
yeah.
getting that from a man. That's different.
But a woman
I
is
know.
giving a man pleasure. It's not another man giving a
But
man
it's
pleasure.
a pleasure that a man would
It's
not
just a
for a
stigma
woman
that
a man
anything
is
that has to do with a
asking
man's
for.
ass is
It's
gay.
weird.
It's a double
Nah.
standard.
Yeah.
It's a double standard, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Alright, so y'all telling me,
And I'm okay with double standard.
y'all telling me that it's okay for a man to eat your ass, but it's not okay for well, not you, for a woman to do it to a man.
I don't agree.
So how about sticking your finger in his ass?
I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
I agree.
And if you
So
totally
you let
understand-
you let her do ass.
I had a female before, not on my
Now,
choice.
You let a girl lick your ass?
now playing with the
You let a girl lick your ass?
around
Not doing that.
Have you a girl ever licked your ass before?
I'm not doing this.
Girl, try-
This went too far.
No, listen, I'm just
Trust
trying
me,
to
you
find
will
out.
not stop her if you let her start. I'm telling you.
You know what? You know what's fucking me up right now? Is that she making it sound so crazy that I wanna try with her.
I hit that, my love. Hit that.
All right, you know what?
You know what? We gonna change that
I watch a
conversation.
lot of porn. I'm nasty.
You know
I just started watching a lot of stuff. I was like,
Are
I'm
you
gonna try
crazy?
it.
So when you sit here and your phone comes up and you're like, you're online for something, and you just want to make a text message, you open the phone, and it says frequently
There's not
visited.
nasty stuff.
No, but it'll say frequently
Oh
visited
yeah,
sites.
my whole history.
X.
When you go to history,
It's all X. And you have, for me, I know you gentlemen in the back. Gentlemen in the back.
No, you know that.
For the
Like, what area? Flatbush, Best Eye?
No, like the end of East New York, Cypress Hills, like
Congo,
Ozone
Park
Park.
House?
it sounds safer.
I'm just trying to find out
Sounds
what window
safer.
to climb through, because this shit is serious. Yo, my dude.
A lot of dudes have to have an open mind when it comes to certain things sexually. That's what it makes
What's-
it more pleasurable.
when is your birthday?
July, just passed.
Oh, happy. That's
Happy
fine.
birthday.
That's
Hey! Oh, yeah.
Don't
No,
judge
you
me.
can't do that.
Don't judge me.
Because I was gonna ask one of my main questions to you, and you don't have to go into it. I was gonna say, how long have you been doing this, and how long has this been a passion? But you're not gonna.
very recently.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna ask because I don't want them to guess you. Because they always try to guess people's ages. So I'm just,
No. That particular fetish is very recent.
No, it's about your music. How long have you been doing
Oh
music?
shit! I thought we were still
Yeah,
talking
no,
about the
we
nasty stuff.
we gonna be on sex all day. Look at my hat. We can do this all day. Have you been noticed my hat? Have you noticed my hat? Yeah, that's what we're doing
And she means that shit.
all the time. Let's go back to your
All
DJ. Hello. Let's get back. Let's
We're
pull
gonna-
it back.
we're gonna
Let's pull
pull
it back.
that.
Let's go to the professional thing. We don't need. You know what I'm saying? Because unless there's somebody who has a foot fetish, because then it's cha-ching. But let's get back to the whole fact that you're a DJ, and how long more or less has this been a passion of yours?
1996. That's when I started as a hot weed DJ.
What sparked it? What sparked the interest or the passion?
I've always been into music. Like I used to dance. Dramatic arts was my first love, I guess, in the arts. And music was always a love. And then I had my best friend back then, she was into DJing. So when I used to go to her house, she had the turntables, she had the records. And I really just was like, shoot, let me try it out. And so I started to teach myself how to DJ, and I grew to love it. And
First record you bought.
See, people always ask me that, and I don't remember. What? That is the craziest thing. But I tell you, I still own it.
You probably had EU.
Because I still. So I still own all my vinyl. So whatever it was, I still own it.
You have all your vinyl.
All of it.
I think that's so important. A lot of people, for whatever reason, they end up trying to go through it.
I've heard a lot of people sell it when Serato. I was like, do you know how many paper cuts and blood, sweat, and tears and trips to the record store it took me to get this collection?
Do you have a? Would you say you have a crazy collection, library status?
I do definitely have a good record collection.
I might have to just bless you with some records. My father, he have over like 15,000 some records, 45s and regular EPs and stuff like that.
Might not talk about records.
Yo, we have crates, and I'm like, what should I do with these records? I went through a couple myself, but you, I bless you, dog. I will become your preacher.
Might not need no records.
You know what's crazy? If the volume was muted, this would look like a whole different interview. I'm not even here. I'm gonna, I gotta try to get my questions all back up. Okay, they don't look amazing. No, it's okay. Listen, we need all the smoke, so this is good. This is a good look. I will say this. One of the things I like about you is you do travel quite a bit, and I think that's very important. I speak to that on a regular basis. Pizza pusher! All right. One of the things I like about you is that you travel quite a bit, and that's important with respect to expanding your brand. A lot of people don't get that. They're in the hood, they don't realize why no one likes them. They didn't like you before you started DJing or rapping or acting or whatever. Favorite place to spin, where and why?
Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
Art Basel?
Art Basel. I do Sweet Heat out there. I've gone out just for like regular gigs. Just super fun. Like the energy is just on a whole different level when you go to Miami. Miami's just fun as a whole.
And it's cheap, let me tell you. And I'm not, you can go there, it's like $80 for like the nicest hotel. You're on the beach, like on Ocean or Collins.
It's cheap if you're visiting. It's not cheap if you live there.
No.
Well,
There's no taxes. There's no
I lived there for 7 years. I'm telling you, it's not that.
If you want to live on Ocean and 8th, then probably isn't cheap.
I was going straight.
Ocean and 8th is nice.
I was on this game.
Oh, that's still expensive.
Everybody's not Swiss Star, right? They're saying everything.
Why I gotta go there? Jesus.
No, I'm just saying, I was over here. Okay, I was walking up there. Okay, anyway, I'm serious.
You know what? I'm gonna do this for you. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't drink.
So let's do this. Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That'll help. I'm sorry.
It's important. That's it. Now he's done. Now he's done. Good luck. Good luck with the rest of the afternoon. Good luck with the rest of the afternoon. It's okay. Give me, you know what's interesting? A lot of people have new music that they present to you. I'm sure that's a very big pet peeve when you're on spinning 1s and 2s and they want to throw their flash drive or their. How do you feel about someone handing you a CD with no label and the number written on it?
No.
Okay.
And I'm very frank. Like when people come to me, like I have a lot of people that come because I keep straight with them, very honest. So they come to me for their honest opinion. Because if your shit is shit, I'm gonna tell you shit. That's it. I'm not the type I'm not that person that's gonna be like, no, hot, and everybody else is like, because then that represents me bad.
Say it again.
Like my music choices are crap.
Her point right here is so important, and I hope people will realize this. When someone asks you for a favor, and you may have access, you're not going to put that person in a position because they're not ready. So in other words, if I play your music and it's horrible, it doesn't just reflect on you. Why are you playing it?
Yeah. People are gonna be like, I wonder how much he paid her to play that song. Because that's what because nowhere. Yeah, in the club, I don't do it because of the simple fact I've never heard your music. Like you can't hand me something and it'd be like the most opportune times, like 1:30, 2 o'clock, when it's like go time. And you're gonna hand me a flash drive, and I'm like, I have no clue what's on this. There's no way. But I tell them, I said, listen, I can take it or put it on my computer. I'll listen to it. I'll get back to you, and if it's worth me playing anywhere, I'll play it. Other than that, it's not happening.
All right, so COVID hit, I don't know, 3-4 months ago.
Five.
You know, well, who's counting? I don't even know what day of the week it is. I think it's Sunday, but like, when you look back at it, and obviously we're used to traveling, something we just covered. When you look at the future, how are you going to remodel your structure? It's a whole different planet.
It is. I mean, I've already started. You know, obviously a lot of things have turned virtual, and you know, we don't know really what is the next week, much less the next 6 months is gonna hold. So I've just been working on like branding strategies and different things to keep going. You know, obviously it impacted everything. So like weddings, corporate, like down to the bone. So it's just really like now working on a branding strategy to switch from, all right, well I can't DJ for you live, but I can still give you the same virtual.
Right. It's the same quality. Okay, well, speaking to quality and longevity, a lot of people are DJs because they have whatever programs on their iPhone. Excuse me one second. Let me just see that. Okay. Little eye booger. You gotta get that out the way. They pick up on that shit. Cameras are like.
I should have never drank that. Yeah.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. He has water. Look at this. He has water. He has iced tea, soda. He has all type of wacky shit. As much as we get out of the topic, it just keeps reverting back.
She started it. She started.
She did
He
start.
gave me the look.
You know, I was going to ask you what first piece of equipment, you bought, but I don't really care about that anymore. Let's get back to the, the whole thing is wacky. All right, we'll get back to the equipment. The equipment, what was your first piece that you bought, and how much did it cost you back then?
Gemini's.
I don't know what that is.
Wow.
They're turntables.
Okay.
So basically, it's like the step down from Techniques. So
I'm just listening.
This is when it was still a hobby.
Yeah,
so I had it, not when it was a hobby.
Okay.
I had Gemini's. So they're still good turntables. They're just a step down. So everybody talks about techniques. I bought Gemini's first because I didn't know if it was something that I wanted to continue doing. It was just a hobby. I fell in love with it, and so I had to buy turntables because I was just always practicing at my friend's house, and I was like, all right. As I started buying my own records and stuff, I was like, okay, I guess I need something to play them on.
What do you think about the new DJs who feel like they're a DJ, or whatever, whether it's COVID practice or whatever?
Toronto DJs.
Okay, so, and I'm sorry, okay, right. How hard is it for you to look at them and respect the craft when it's completely different? There is no transition. The quality.
Well, yeah, the quality
is
yes.
compromised.
I mean, I obviously understand there's gonna be new DJs, there's gonna be a new generation of DJs. My whole thing is, and I always speak to it. Anytime people ask me for advice or whatever, I'm like, take the time to learn the craft. That's what a lot of people are not doing these days. They think you just get a laptop, you get a controller, you put some music in it, and call yourself a DJ. I didn't wake up one day and go to the hospital and put on a stethoscope and a smock and call myself a doctor. So it's like,
thank God, because that's what's going on right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
It takes a lot of work. And I always tell people, like, you have to learn the fundamentals. Like, it's not easy. It's a lot of work. It might look fun on the outside, but a lot of hours go into maintaining being a good DJ, much less a great DJ.
Well, you are amazing. And another thing that I like outside of traveling, DJ Con. I used to manage another DJ, and that was really interesting. You came right up, and I thought that was great energy. A lot of women can't support other women. I like you for that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
DJ Con.
Super, super open. Like, I'm not that person. Like I said, people come to me all the time for advice, whatever. I never close the door. Like, I know what I went through, so it's like, why would I stunt somebody else's? But again, the first thing when they're like, oh, I want to become a DJ, my first question is always, why? And depending on your answer, that goes how in depth I'm gonna go with you on giving you my piece of advice.
Exactly.
Because I love music.
No one
Everybody
cares.
loves music.
No one cares. No
That
one
doesn't
cares.
mean that you deserve to become a DJ.
We are in a time crunching. Like, I always get the hairy eyeball from the producer.
Uh-oh.
That's okay. We were talking about sex for the first 20 minutes of the interview, so things get missed. One thing I do want, we were talking about music and people throwing flash drives at you. Give me an up-and-coming artist or somebody who, is new music that you like that maybe nobody else is aware of.
Nobody else aware of. You know what? I can't.
I mean, people are not doing their jobs. Guys, listen, I don't know, tag the DJs, reach out,
send me
connect.
some music, make sure it's hot, please.
What do you like playing? Okay, so not underground, mainstream. Who's your go-to?
Hip hop,
I don't
R&B.
care. Okay. Phil Collins, that's my go-to.
I'm a '90s girl. Like, in '90s would be timeless.
That's correct.
So, like, if I want to get the party started, obviously not R&B. Like, if I want to get the party crunk, Pop Smoke, Fabio Foreign, like, you play the Apollo.
Speaking to that, last question from my standpoint, and then I have one more leading into him, and then we,
Yeah.
black people time, we could be here all night, but white folks time, we've got shit to do. Speaking to venues like the Apollo, what is the biggest venue in New York that you miss? And it's not so much just forget COVID, like, right? So some clubs, Stage 48, it's just, IV, we just outgrow things and things change. Biggest venue that you miss performing in?
Performing in, wow. It's not a big venue though. A lot of the smaller ones. I would say Stage 48.
Love it.
I like the intimate spots.
I love Jimmy's. I always went to. I turn up at Jimmy's.
The original, or you saw the Expo?
The new one.
Because
Because I never knew. Every time I say Jimmy's, they're like in the Bronx.
Mhm.
I'm like, remember, I'm not from New York.
West Lane
That's
Road.
that's
I'm not from New York.
where are you from quickly?
I'm from Toronto.
Oh,
I was
excuse
born
us.
and raised in Toronto.
Free
That's
healthcare.
So,
That's why. Now I got it. Look at Toronto.
So,
so I'm new. I've
I know,
been here
I know,
about
I'm
9
in trouble.
years. So anything pre 2010.
That's why your lungs are different. There's different air up there. Last question before we go. Favorite situation with Spliff collab, but I want to know video. Favorite video that you love with Spliff.
Oh my God. Funny, I was just talking to my friend about this because he said that you're his favorite hype person, and I was like, phenomenal. Like him and Buster together is absolutely phenomenal.
Legendary.
Like it's on stage. I've seen you guys perform many times. Just the videos. It's just them together is phenomenal.
Oh, you saw the stamina?
Let's
It just meshes. They mesh together perfectly.
Is there one song in particular? Because we only have about 3 more minutes to cool his jets before break time, and I would run if I was you. I'd just head right on out, to the rest, to the guest room. Yeah. Throw some ice on him. I'm telling you, there's certain people I'm not going to pick to be on Family Feud because you're like 3.5 seconds.
I
you
know.
What I'm
I would be like,
just pick anything. You're like, just pick anything. So
my favorite. Put your hands in my eyes.
that's correct.
Say,
That's it.
That's my when I'm doing sound checks. That's my sound check song. No, that's my sound check song. If that song knocks, then the system we're ready to go.
That song right there. I don't care how old I am. I'm gonna be 65 in a wheelchair. No, I don't want not 85 in a wheelchair. Let's go with 85. That's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say people are living under a rock. Where can they find you at?
At DJ Queen of Spades, all across the board.
Stalker. She's always in a bathing suit. Let me just tell you. I'm completely heterosexual, but it's fun to watch because some people wear bathing suits they have no business wearing, and that's a big problem for me.
I'm a thick girl, but I like to wear a bathing suit.
You look good.
I like to wear a bathing suit.
We do have to check out. We'll be back in approximately 5 minutes, white people time. I have guests waiting, and it's been a privilege. I really appreciate you coming
appreciate
down.
you guys having me.
Thank you.
I appreciate you being here. And telling me about everything.
Yes, my lord.
I won't regret that.
No, you're not.
Yes, my lord.
No, you're not. I'm coming.
I hate that.
I'm going to give you my number every day. I'm going to come cook for you.
Are we off?
No, we're not off.
I'm going to
Can we go off though? Can we go? Right.
My boyfriend.
All right.
If your boyfriend is listening, I'm coming to cook for her.
Yeah, no, that could be a little issue. Anyway, listen, going to the break. Shout out to S Street Media, who always takes care of the situation. sponsor courtesy of Urban Variety. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, can we take to a break? And we're out.